Vaccine company caught illegally injecting people at hotels with herpes. William Halford was his name. A former associate professor at Southern Illinois University began his first trial in 2013, but the setting wasn't a university lab or a room at a hospital. It was a Holiday Inn Express and a Crown Plaza hotel 15 minutes away. The volunteers injected with a virus he had created. Where did this mad scientist get all the money to do these crazy things? Entrepreneur and PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel invested millions of dollars into the research in April of 2017.
Yeah, this is an example of some sort of big pharma operation that's being conducted through some sort of cutout. Oh, it's through my Rational Vaccines company. You know, it's not part of this real program, blah, blah, blah. There have been real U.S. governmental programs that have used experimental vaccines. I mean, obviously, most obviously in the military, where, of course, the troops are shot up with whatever experimental vaccines they've got going because they are the guinea pigs on the front line. More ominously, even, to unsuspecting citizens in various trials. And we've, of course, talked about the Tuskegee experiments and things like that in the past. People might remember 7 years ago, the U.S. government was apologizing for their Guatemalan STD experiment, where they were shooting up patients in hospitals and prisoners and prostitutes with syphilis and gonorrhea without their consent in the 1940s. And of course they come along, half a century later, oops, sorry, did we do that? I did write an article 8 years ago now, Governments and Biowarfare, A Brief History, that goes through just a few examples of this throughout the different decades in the 1930s and 50s and 60s and 90s, going up to the 1,500 6-month-old black and Hispanic babies in LA given experimental measles vaccines that had never been licensed for use in the US, and the CDC later admitted that their parents were never informed that the vaccine being injected into their children was experimental. Things like that go down the memory hole. Most people probably don't remember the stories like that, but they are there, and there are many, 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 many examples of that. And to think that that isn't still going on today would be naive at best.